Bonjour! We are talking about your Unit 3 test. So, I'm just going to go over the test prep doc and the Form B version. It's basically the same as it has been, but we're going to go through really quick. So, you can see we've got our Quizlets, all good. Then we've got listening. The listening questions in this one are worth 2 points each. Instead of 1 point, they're usually worth 1, but in this test they are worth 2, so make sure you really are studying your vocab. Make sure you're on Quizlet. You are using the audio buttons. She reads them in French. She has a perfectly fine French accent, so if you understand her, you will understand me. And I will have the listening questions for Form B, which we'll talk about. Then the next section, you're going to be putting different foods into categories. You'll see it on the Form B version, but you'll have a list of foods and then it's sort of a chart and you pick where in the chart they go. Then it's just fill in the blanks, so you just need to know the vocab, be able to put it in context. The next part, know how to conjugate those stem-changing verbs, right? So we learned about 3 different kinds of stem-changing verbs. Ones that go Y to I, E acute to E grave, and normal E to E grave, right? So make sure you can conjugate all of these. Then is verbs, more verbs. So I'll give you the verb, you just have to conjugate it for the correct subject pronoun, which will be given to you. And you need to know how to conjugate vouloir, pouvoir, devoir, and voir. So as long as you can conjugate all of those, you'll be fine. Next is a fill-in-the-blank dialogue section. So in this one is where you choose between the 2 options. And this is a lot like the one on the quiz you did that was like this. So just know when to use definite articles, when to use the partitive article. That's the big thing here. And then also those quantity expressions like trop de, assez de, beaucoup de. Make sure you know those and when to use them. Make sure you know they have to be followed by a noun. Then your sentences. There are 7 of them. The first 5 are in the passé composé, and the last 2 are in the present tense. So let's see if there's anything you really need to look out for. You've written most of these sentences before on various quizzes. Just make sure when you get to these last 2 that should be in the present tense, you are talking about this meal and this dessert generally. So you're going to use the definite article, le, la, or les. But for the rest of these, like I ate whatever, unless it was like a whole banana or something, it's probably like I ate some chicken. So just make sure you're paying attention to article choice here. That was a big thing in this unit. Like our last 2, I have a scanned version of the Form B of the test. So this will show you basically exactly how it's going to be set up. It's a little different, but pretty similar. The same kinds of questions, the same kinds of things you need to know. When you get to this page, this was an accident. Just skip over it. It's all here. The scan is a little light. I apologize, but it is legible. And then you've also got an answer key that you can look through after you take that Form B, so you can see how you did, see what you need to study a little more. I am not grading the Unit 3 test until next Tuesday, so even though it's with this batch that's due Friday, if you need a little extra time, if you want to take the weekend to study before you take it, that's fine by me, but I am going to keep posting work, and we're going to move through Unit 4 really quickly. So try not to get behind or overwhelmed, but we're going to start moving much more fast. So if you think we've been moving quickly, get ready. It gets faster from here. So I think that's it. Let me know if you have any questions. Send me an email, whatever you need. I will try to provide you. And au revoir.